Which leads us into a discussion of the behavior of the commercial pod. You've done a significant amount of research in this field. Are there any highlights that you can share with us?
Well, I started Solvent Group in 2005, a few years ago, and that happened to be about the time when Nielsen was changing the resolution of its ratings from quarter-hour ratings that we lived with for a couple decades or more to minute-by-minute ratings. I think we all knew that a portion of viewers were shifting their viewing during a commercial pod, and if we did special studies with Nielsen, we could prove that out. But the minute-by-minute ratings, proved that was occurring and gave us a great number of layers of ways to understand that, whether we were looking at different demos, day parts, program genres, any way you could cut the data. So, two very important facts that we all learned very quickly, particularly in the 2006-2007 period, was that logically speaking, most of the drop-off occurs immediately in the first minute, and some more in the second minute, and then the pod tends to level out, and the audience then slowly returns, eventually back to its pre-commercial break levels. Secondly, there's a fair amount of variation, and the demographic variables, day part, program types, these do affect the level of drop-off, and so my clients were able to understand that and, of course, compare themselves to their competitors.
I think we coined the phrase for the behavior of the ratings through the commercial pod, the saucepan effect, where it sort of goes down, levels off, and then comes back.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And, I think people spent a couple of years simply wanting to understand the patterns. And then the next question after that is, what do we really do about it? And C3 ratings, of course, came into being, concurrently with all this, and became the new currency, as we know. And so it's very important from the network perspective to be able to flatten their curve out a little bit. There's a direct revenue implication to that, which makes it particularly powerful.
Are there any general words of advice to networks who want to raise the base of their saucepan pattern up a little higher?
Well, certainly all networks, I think there are no exceptions, have been very active in testing different strategies. I think has been supremely difficult for networks to migrate any of these ideas across all of their pods. I mean, roughly speaking, a 24-hour network has about 30,000 pods per year, which are servicing perhaps 120,000 commercials, perhaps 20,000 promos, huge volume on just one network. This led me to some work that is showing some very interesting promise at this point in time. We began to research on the science side of the world at recent advances in cognitive neuroscience. And in the academic world, this is largely measured through fMRI machines. And tremendous advances have occurred in the last few years in this area. And we were very interested in developing ideas on how to link the theoretical world of science to a needed practical application within our world of television and commercial pods. So over the last 18 months, we have gained a very good understanding for, and to use an important phrase, engagement. Now, engagement here refers to what we'll call viewer's attention. And this is attention as it relates to how the brain processes, in this case, audio and video. So through this period, we've been fortunate to test and develop these ideas with a number of major media companies, and the results are quite promising. For example, we have proven that using these techniques does increase retention in commercial pods and at other strategic moments.
What you've also found with this technique is that in a limited test you were able to improve the ROI for an advertiser, the actual response for an advertiser.
Yes, that's right. In a limited test with a cable network, we were able to place a direct response after the creative that we have introduced, and in fact there was a substantial increase in response, and hence, as you say, ROI in that particular case.